Hello. Welcome to the Fellas Nite Out podcast. I know we've been gone for, about a week now, but, we had the holidays going up. We had a baby shower for my daughter this weekend. I know I'm going to get to that. But, yeah, we had a good time out there. Shout out to the family. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to Prince. We all, had a good time. It was cool. It's crazy to, see our kids grow up and, start a family. But, hopefully everything, goes good in these next few weeks. We're waiting for, baby Prince Jr. So shout to them. But Fellas Nite Out, we are here. Thank you guys for, tuning in. Appreciate you guys. We're going to talk about some things. It's Christmas, first of all, shout out to the families and everything out there. Friends, closest to kin, all that good stuff. Hopefully everybody has somebody to be around or, be with tonight. Hopefully everyone had a meal today. You know what I'm saying? Prayers go out to everybody out there. May this next year, man, bring a lot of money, a lot of good health, and a lot of, making dreams happen. Hello. Okay, there we go. A little sound issue. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming. Vic was unavailable today. He might pop up, a little bit later, but we're gonna run it, man. So like for Christmas, I wanted to give you guys just some of my funniest top 10 videos, if you will, for with a little commentary. But yeah. So we'll start off with this, and then, like you say, with the title, we didn't get to last week, but what women wonder about men. You know what I'm saying? We're still talking about those silent struggles. This is the FNO podcast where the night is always young and the conversation never ends. You know what I'm saying? We got topics for days. You know what I'm saying? So, always expect honest opinions, raw discussions, some serious laughs as we explore what it means to be a man in today's world. Tune in and get ready for a no-holds-barred conversation that might just change the way you think. Not saying that's what we're here to do, but, I'm saying some people are stuck in their ways. I myself can be too at times. But, it's just different perspectives, man. Just being open to change is never a bad thing. Today we're talking about silent struggles of men, the stuff we deal with, but never really talk about. This show is for dudes, by the dudes, no filters, no shame, just raw, uncut, definitely unpolished takes on life. So grab a drink, chill out, grab a blunt. Let's get it started. All right, man. So like I said, I want to get into just, a couple of videos to get the, get some jokes in real quick. But here we're going to start off. And Vic's going to usually be with me doing this too. So, just bear with us, but we're going to run through it. I like a lot of different stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like these were just a quick grab of 10, you know what I'm saying? We're going to just talk about them. We're going to let it run. I'm just going to, joke us through it.
Your mama know you smoking that, bro? Your mama know you smoking that?
Has you ever been in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you got good intentions, right? But you don't think the process out, right? These young cats nowadays, you can't really tell them nothing nowadays. And like knowing that, because how we grew up, man, you couldn't tell us nothing either. You know what I'm saying? But it's it's different. They will shoot you. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's different nowadays, but you know, we 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 will learn. So like just to paint the scene, dudes, chilling in the car or whatever, and I guess like he sees the kids smoking, what I'm saying, and then he asked he asked him if his he's like, hey, does your mom know you smoking? And then so he replies, you know what I'm saying, we'll play it out.
Your mama know you smoking that?
Now you could tell bro has been through, what I'm saying, the struggle, and he's just trying to get through it. And it's funny though, because you say something because we got good intentions, man. We don't want nobody growing up the way we grew up and going through the things we did. So, he called himself looking out. But that was just funny though, that he tried to help out. So like I said, man, there's no judgment. Don't judge me for this, because I'll tell you, let's back it up. I grew up, I was adopted, right? And my adopted mother, she took care of kids with special needs. So like, we used to always, have different families and different, kids and stuff like that in the home. So, there was a lot of mental deficiencies and stuff like that. That things happen. So, I grew up, my brothers and some members of family, experienced some of these situations. So, it's nothing like that making fun of, them in no way. But it's just, this for me, this was how it was in my house. You know what I'm saying? So like you don't laugh at their situation, you just laugh at just, I guess, the moment, you know what I mean? So, but it's just funny. This was the Ariana Grande shirt. So, just a little background. So I guess she's, one of them gets mad because I guess she messed up somehow her Ariana Grande t-shirt. And so, she's already irritated. So she gets really irritated with the girl, and then she kind of spazzes. But it was just crazy. But yeah, I'll let you see it.
Bria, leave her alone now. What you did on Ariana Grande shirt?
Now you know how serious that Ariana Grande shirt is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that can be some serious mess.
Oh, did she tie it? Let me see. She hurt me a little Ariana Grande shirt on. Oh Lord. Sit down, Bria. Stop it. Don't hit her like that. Shay. Bria, calm down. It's okay.
Now, no joke, my brother, like when he would get upset, he would kind of spaz out like that. And he would, kind of go into those fits. And it's, it was crazy because when he would do it, it would take our focus off whatever we were upset about, or, what I'm saying, whatever he did, what I'm saying. So it would just make us like, man, just knock it off. But then, but yeah, it was crazy, like this situation. But now, if you think I'm bad for this, because, it was just something that, well, really, the reason I did it was to actually go to this. Like, if you think I'm wrong for, playing that, look at this one.
Yeah, what you did on Ariana Grande shirt. Oh.
Now, these girls that dressed up, and they did a whole skit behind this. So if y'all thought I was bad, shame on you, because this is, I would say worse.
Did she tie it? Let me see. She hurt me a little Ariana Grande shirt on. Oh Lord. Sit down, Bria. Stop it. Don't hit her like that. Shay. Bria, calm down.
See, that's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that though. You know what I'm saying? But they can. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy. Like, I thought, I told a story behind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, family members and stuff like that, have the struggles too. But yeah, these girls, shame on you. No. But yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. So, like, has anybody ever got into it with somebody, at your job, where you had to make a decision of, do I want to, be able to come back tomorrow, or am I ready to lose it all right now? So brother in this next one was ready to say, I'm ready to lose it all, and the other person was trying to wash himself pretty much down the drain to get up out of there. But it's crazy. This is a funny one. They've done remixes and all this. I know you probably already seen it, whatever. But this is just some of the ones that just always, give me a little laugh though.
Fuck with me one more time, you do, and I don't care about none of it, nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real.
I don't know what he had on his hands, but bro, that man was washing his hands for days, just hoping that somehow, some way that he could just fit down that drain and then just slide up out of there. Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. But bro was mad. Like when he was all up on him, though, it was crazy because, like, I know places where that wouldn't fly. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a straight nigga.
Bro, I know people that would care. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy though. No, like you at work, and like after that, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no get back from that because it's gonna be awkward moments. Now y'all can't take y'all lunch around the same time. They gotta make sure they keep y'all separated. Whenever y'all go get something from the freezer, and then bro don't come back, they're like, "Where's Marcus? Marcus, I sent him for barbecue sauce, and he didn't come back." You know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy. But yeah. Now this next one is really funny to me, because everybody has an uncle in their family like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, should rest in peace to my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put his name out, but everybody know. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, because this was him in our family.
Hold on, man. Now look here, you snag mouth motherfucker. I'm on the phone with the dentist trying to get you some teeth so you can eat some solid food. Keep on, you lizard.
Which is crazy, because I know that breath was probably hot. Boy. Crazy. She probably smelled what he smoked last night. Yeah, that was crazy. And she probably trying to, you know what I'm saying, get him cool. He probably don't take care of himself. So, she feels sorry for him. So she tried to help him out. And what does he do? Now, like, I wouldn't want a regular person, not saying he's not a person, but I wouldn't want a regular person doing that to me. And I damn sure don't want this. She told
food. Keep on, you lizard.
That's crazy. Yeah. But everybody got that uncle. Hopefully they get back right. This one is just funny because it just check it out. This man loves Dr. Pepper. If you want to wake his game up, get that man some Dr. Pepper.
That's good. Hey, hold on. What's that? That Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
That boy's dead. Just the sound effects. I always just thought it could be a song when you hit him with that. Ooh.
Oh. Ooh, that's good. Hey. Oh. What's that? That Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
King David, if I can.
Shout to my boy. Shout out to my boy, Famous Richard, man. I guess I don't know if because he be up to the videos and all that kind of stuff, but he be up to the videos and everything like that. So who knows if it was real, whatever happened, but it was supposed to be where he got grazed. But who knows if it's one of his skits or whatever. But I just thought this was just hella funny. Just his personality is crazy.
King David, if I can run with white people, why can't you? If I can run with white people, why can't you?
That man said, if I can run with white people, why can't you? I liked it. It's just come on, man. Tell me that's not crazy.
King David, if I can run with white people, why can't you? If I can run with white people, why can't you be?
Oh boy said if I man, and he got the vote, and he got the vote for Trump. It's crazy. You know, shout shout to him. Hopefully he's okay though. Yeah. You know, I worry about this generation, man. I really do. You know, I'm pretty sure this lady does too. When she was, you know, they went fishing, and you know, the I guess the lady was trying to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, but the girls just didn't get it.
Now y'all gotta throw it back. No, man, you gotta throw it back, bro. Oh my God.
I fear for this generation. You know, they would rather hold a fish, you know what I'm saying, than to do what I think mama or auntie was telling them to do.
Oh my God. Throw it back. Throw the damn fish back.
Crazy. I'm scared for our generation. Yeah. And then so the reason for the FNO show, Fellas Nite Out, is, you know, to see where we are as men, you know what I mean? And this video right here is a little suspect right here. So you could already see where this is going, right? So you can see, oh boy, is he's trying. I bet if he was by himself, you know, he probably try to bust that thing open. But it's crazy that, like, you could tell he's trying to hold this. he wants to let it out, but you know what I'm saying, he's trying to hold back. But you know, we got to know who we are as men. You know what I'm saying, and know the limits and limitations of, you know, of our character, man. Why, my brother? Why? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to be like? It's like, he's like, I always wanted to do that. It's crazy, man. Like, we gotta stand up and man up, man. That's crazy. And then last but not least, this is just, you know, when somebody wants you gone, when they want you gone, you're gone. You know what I mean? They're gonna come get you. Just like this.
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always.
They wanted him gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, either he was talking schmack before the game, or he took out one of their favorite, you know what I'm saying, teammates.
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always on when I ring.
When they want you gone, you gone. So yeah, that was just a little one of my, you know, my favorites for the week. You know, some are old, some are, you know what I'm saying, but it was just a little something for Christmas. That was my Christmas gift to you all. Thank you. Now let's get into the topics, man. Let's get into it. So we're gonna go. I got about 10 of them, you know what I mean? So we'll see what's going on. This one, I kind of want to wait for Vic on this one, but I'm gonna let everybody stew on this one. All right, 10. What would men change about their behavior if there were no societal expectations placed on them? Damn. Yeah, because that's a good one. And I think Vic would want a part of that one too. Let me see. Should I? That's a good one, man. I would like to think more on that one. I said open it up in the chat too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is true. No filter. Yeah. So, let me see. What would men change about their behavior if there were no societal expectations placed on them? See, I really don't. See, that's the thing. I really don't care about what society thinks and all that craziness. You know what I mean? So this is kind of a tough one for me because I mean, like the type of person I am who I am, and I don't really care, what you think, because I'm a pretty good person. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like I'm doing all these terrible things, and I'm like, I don't care what nobody. It's I'm a good dude. I work, I come home. I do my thing. I do this podcast, the Raider Nation Jasin podcast. And simple person, man. Just so I don't really change for society. So I don't really kind of really know how to answer this. But I guess, to be honest, I really don't. Like I said, I really don't know how to answer this one. So I'm not gonna stall. We'll come back. We'll come back and revisit this. But I guess we can say this one. What are the unspoken rules and limitations that men feel that they have to follow, and how would they act if they didn't feel the weight of those norms? I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like we do it because it's just us. We don't do it because society wants us to do it. I mean, if you're gonna work hard, you're gonna work hard. You know what I mean? If you're a hard worker, that's just who you are. You don't do it because people are looking. Like, for me, I don't like my boss coming to me saying, Jasin, you didn't do this, or Jasin, you left this out, or you forgot to do this, blah blah blah. I don't like that. It's not that I don't think I think I'm too big to get direction. It's just I hate making mistakes, because if you make mistakes, you cost either your teammates or your workmates, and it affects other people. So if you're not a selfish prick, you're gonna want to not be that guy to to negatively affect the people around you. If anything, you want to be someone that carries their own weight, if you will. So I don't know. What are the unspoken rules and limitations? You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this part. I'll answer. Here I go. I wish that we could speak our minds a little bit more freely, because there's certain things like we can't speak on because people feel that, oh, that's sexist, or but it's like we're in America. You're supposed to be able to speak your mind, freedom of speech and whatever, without consequences. Because I mean, a lot of people say dumb stuff. Can I say some dumb stuff from time to time? So I would say I would, for now, I would say just being able to really speak your mind without consequences. Not as far as physical consequences, but like just backlash, and you're viewed as a negative person and you're so evil and all this kind of stuff. So I would just say that. All right, here's one that. So, like I said, these are topics that women wonder about men. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, some of these, we don't think about certain things. You know what I mean? Like, we don't go around, spending our day thinking about, damn, oh my God, the pressures of society. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to be a man. No, we just do it. It's just we're men. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? So why do men sometimes seem to shut down in conflict or avoid confrontation? If we do, it's to save somebody's life. Because you know what I'm saying? Like we know ourselves. That's the thing. Like men can't really, how do I put this? Like if I know myself, I'm gonna shut this down before this turns into something. You know what I'm saying? Before this doesn't end up too well for the next person. because when you're, say you're arguing with someone and there's only so much back and forth, and what I'm saying, like, where it's gonna get like, bro, we're not going nowhere. So like, what's up? Like, and that's why. So if you got, especially if you're on probation or parole, you really got to think about decisions and stuff you do, because one bad decision, one bad moment can cost you the rest of your life. So it's always being aware. Like, that's the thing. Guys have to. So like when we go out, like guy and this girl goes out, we're automatically in the protector mode. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I mean, if you're automatically, you have to make sure everything around you's cool. Nobody's trying to get jacked. Nobody's trying to get, anything happening to, your mate or whatever. Like, so, we're on guard. We're on alert. And there's sometimes we don't know when, like, especially younger, when you get older, you start to realize what's really important and what's worth, you choose, you kind of pick your battles. I hate that phrasing, but you really do. You choose, is it worth it? Is it worth me going to jail for the rest of my life tonight? And then you just think about everything that you got, like work or kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just think about, is it worth losing all this because this dude stepped on my shoe, or, dude had a difference of opinion, or, yeah, it's crazy. Like, so, I think I don't know about shut down. Because, I mean, shut down, I feel like for us is fear, is running. You know what I'm saying? Like, we running away. I feel like we just, how do you say? I'd say we check out in a way, because because sometimes we take everything so serious, right? And then at some point we got to just not care. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a relationship, just after a while, you just zone out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, after a while, you just like, I'm here, but I'm just lights on, but nobody's home. You know what I mean? Just coasting through it. You know what I mean? Just trying to get to, just good. If it ends, cool. If it doesn't, eventually it probably will. You just kind of fade out. But I think it depends though. Cause I think a smart person, it depends though on the situation, because pride has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff. Like, you look at a lot of situations, like people that we've lost, and it's just, all it took was one moment. You know what I'm saying? So, being smart, if you still want to be here on this earth, you know what I'm saying? I really don't go out like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't go, because I know what's out. I know the situations that can happen. So, I stick to my business, man. I mind my business, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? So for me, I keep myself away from all the, the foolishness that I can help myself. God's in control at the end of the day, but I keep myself away from the BS. They say, what is going on internally when a man goes silent or disengages during an argument? Pretty much we're about to blow. You know what I mean? Like, it's because, like I said, when we're done talking and we're not getting nowhere talking, then that's where we get upset. And because we get frustrated, we're like, okay, well, what's really going on? Like, what are we doing? Because all the back and forth, and if I can't talk to you logically, and just, because I have no problem saying what's going on, what's the problem, all that kind of stuff. And if people can't understand that, then we just either have to go our separate ways, or whatever. But yeah, disengaging during an argument is just for the mostly for the other person, man, because, like, it's like they don't get it. Like, either the other person isn't getting it, and when we go silent, that's kind of not a good thing. You know what I mean? That means, okay, there's a storm brewing. So hopefully that answers that How do men view romance and intimacy differently from women? Well, I think it's way different. It's crazy when it comes to how we view romance and being intimate, because we're kind of selfish, I guess, in a way. Like, we want it when we want it, but then, like, I guess the whole key is trying to match each other's, need for it and timing and all that good stuff. But like for us, we're kind of like in the moment type of people, I guess. Like, when we feel it, we feel it. And like, when our head's there, we're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's it's sometimes the pressures of the world, I guess, that get us thinking about other stuff that they think we think about it 24/7, like that's all we think about. But we think about the bills, we think about just life, future, like all the mistakes we made, like am I how can we make more money, how can we put ourselves in a better financial situation, all the different stuff. And it's while we're focusing on that, especially as you get older, like as you grow, you start to realize that there's more to life than just the physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more to, I wish I had a thought about this stuff when I was younger, but of course I wanted, the fast money and all this kind of stuff. And, but what do men look for in a relationship or romantic partnership that might not align with women's expectations or perceptions? And like for us, I think it's trust first off. Like, if we can't trust you, then we can't ever grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have to worry about anything like in the relationship as far as like between us or like outside people, you get the limited us. You know what I mean? It's just, we don't, no one wants to be a fool, no one wants to be a sucker, and that goes for both sides. And it's us shutting. That's, I think, when we shut down. I think that's a very good example where we kind of shut down, where we feel like either we're getting played or we're getting shorted of what we feel we expect. And we kind of say, okay, well, shit, if I'm not going to give my all, I'm not going to be the fool. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to give everything that I was given. I was doing all this, so now I'm not doing, and eventually it fades out. That's just how it goes, But like I said, if you don't have trust, you don't have nothing. So with trust, sense of humor for sure, because life sucks sometimes, and you're going to have to be able to laugh about it. And like, if you can't laugh about, the bad things in life, then, you can't appreciate when things get good and get better, So, trust, sense of humor, someone that appreciates food, I guess, definitely, I have appreciated food a little bit too much this year. And the New Year's resolution this year again is to get my weight down a little bit. I just want to lose about maybe 40 pounds. And, if I can meet in the middle, that's cool. But yeah, physically, wanting to, I guess, improve, not being, thinking they're so good that they can improve and stuff like that. I guess that's a good thing we look for. I bet people are, expecting us to say, well, money, we don't really care. Like, we really literally don't. It's cool if you contribute to help, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. But we don't really focus on, not a real man. A real man's not going to focus on the girl having money or, all this. But don't get me wrong. We appreciate when, girls bring something to the table, like, hey, oh, babe, I brought food, or, we do appreciate that. So it's not much. We're simple people. They make us to be these difficult people, but we're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want, peace. Peace is another one. Like, when we work and stuff like that, we just want to be able to, just have a peace of mind. Like, work can be stressful. I don't know what everybody does, what positions everyone works, but there's different jobs and stuff. There's different, stress levels and stuff like that. But, if you can't have peace at home, then where can you have it? And that's the thing about having people just around you that know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to keep proving day by day that you are the good person that you are. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to battle the people that are supposed to be closest to you. So I guess that's something that we look for. Like, I'm not a real material type person in a way, like, because I've like my podcasting gear, my music studio gear. There's certain things that those things are important to me. Like, yes, but I don't really like money and all that. Like, I've done music. I've done like played sports when I was younger. Done a lot of great things in my life that I'm glad I did. I wish I had did more, but due to my, my immaturity and bad decisions, I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. So, that's my bad, but I will, take this moment in life to do everything that, I can before my time on this earth is done. So let's get to the next one. Yeah, like I said, these are questions. These are some of the questions that women wonder about men. What do men need in order to feel loved and appreciated? Now, only my real fellas are gonna, agree with me on this. I'm gonna say PS5 with Madden, of course. NFL ticket, Raider tickets, of course. Raider season tickets would make you really feel loved and appreciated. Just, support from my football team, that could go a long way. Definitely could go a long way. Because, sometimes there's some rough moments. And, just sometimes I need that shoulder, Yeah, just, sometimes we don't want to always be the vocal leaders because, sometimes it makes us look like the assholes. So, we just sometimes just want to chill, man. Sometimes we'll be quiet, but I said earlier, sometimes us being quiet can be bad, but sometimes us being quiet can be good because, when we're vocal, I think that's really when things are not good. I think when we're chilling is really, really when we're at our best, like when things are good. Is it different from what women need? What makes them feel secure in a relationship? See, like, we speak different languages. That's the thing. Like, what's important to us and what like we feel we need is different than what we, put out or express. Me and my girl all the time argue about. I remember in the beginning we used to argue. She used to say, what was the phrase? She used to say, what does this mean? And then, of course, in the back of our mind, we know what the question is, but it's hard for us to express it. You know what I mean? Like, and say, well, this is, blah, blah, blah. We just, because things can be cool in the beginning and then things could change just like that. So, we don't want to say, oh, it's this. And then next week it turns into a whole nother thing. So, that's why we're very reserved and we just kind of let it play out. That's just how, that's kind of how it is. And then we're cool. We trust you until we see something that kind of makes us not trust you. You know what I mean? So we're pretty cool. Like, unless you've been through like deep trauma and all this kind of stuff, which happens too, shout to all the trauma kids. But I would say it's definitely different. I mean, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be, because like we both want loyal partners, right? We both want to do things together. We both want to, live in harmony. We're not going to agree on everything, but for the most part, we should have a common base. Is it different? Yes. Like, we're not as emotional. We don't. My girl knows I'm like not the best at emotions and all this kind of stuff. I'm kind of get to the point, at certain things. It's just how I was raised. So it kind of follows me, but secure, I guess for us, it's always money. Money is for us the biggest. It's, not if you're young, you spend all your money before you actually realize what to do with it. But when you get older, you realize that money means options. Money means I can do this, or we can do this together. We can go on vacation. We can, what I'm saying? We can buy this, or we can afford that. So I always think of money. That's, call me cheap, call me conservative, call me, I always I worry about the future. I have a problem living in the present. You know what I mean? Because I've had a troubled past. You know what I mean? I've made mistakes in my past, but as you get older, you get smarter, you get wiser, and after you get done, getting on yourself for pretty much not getting it sooner, you start to realize that, what, you have every opportunity to change what's happening now. You know what I mean? So let me see what we got. How do men truly feel about friendship and emotional intimacy with other men? I'm not going to tackle this emotional intimacy with other men subject, but I will say, as far as like with men and friendship, it's tough because like we're competitors at the end of the day, right? So, it's always a battle, if you will. So, what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I have, I know a lot of people, but I don't associate with everybody. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, because you can't control what everybody does, you know what I mean? But I can control what I do. So, I have good people around me, but, it's, I don't really need a lot of people around me. I don't need a big friend circle, you know what I'm saying? Because that's more presents on Christmas, that's more, it's just, it's just too much. But yeah. Like I said, I'm not touching that emotional intimacy with other men. That's on some Diddy. But yeah. So do they crave deep emotional bonds with other men, or are friendships often more superficial? How do they feel about vulnerability and male friendships? I'm gonna skip past this one because this is a little weird. But yeah, we don't crave, like using words like crave, deep emotional bonds is crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna say like I don't think we have deep bonds. Like there's sports. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to think before I answer this. There's sports friendships, there's work friendships, there's like your travel friendships. Like we had our music group friendships, football friendships, so that, I mean, that for us, that's about as wide as it goes. It doesn't really get no deeper than that. Like there's, if you've been through like trauma, or if you've been through maybe like, I was about to say shootouts, but like if you went through, different situations where like, say, you almost died or something like that, there's bonds like that, there's bonds, but there's, I don't know about deep emotional bonds, but there's, hey, we've been through some together. You didn't run. I didn't, we got through it together. And it's just, you got a solid person around you, so like I said, I'm gonna skip that one, but I gave you a little answer on that one. So, Why do men sometimes pull away emotionally when they care about someone? Thank you guys for the questions too. We appreciate it for the show. Just some of them, it's like I said, I'm not a very emotional type person. So when I see the word, it just automatically kind of like, but we're going to get through this though. Why do men sometimes pull away emotionally when they care about someone? Well, that's pretty easy. Like, we don't want to get hurt. No one wants to be a fool. No one wants to be a sucker. So before it gets to that, before we have to hate you or blow your car up and light your house on fire and all that kind of stuff, we get away from that. We avoid the situation. We're like, you know what? I see this kind of going faulty. Let me check out before it gets, before what we see coming comes. So basically that's what it is. That's why it's safer for us to pull back, because we don't want to be the on the other side of the emotional part of it. Like, it's not a good place, so that's why we don't want to get to that. So we avoid it. We check out. And then part other was, is it fear of commitment, self-protection, or is there a deeper hidden reason why men sometimes retreat when relationships get serious? For us, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, it could be when things are going good too. So it's not always when, we see a bad sign, or it can be like, damn, this is going good. Like, shit, I don't know what to do. I got to get up out of here. It's just, we rather run, because we know, we can kind of, we're pretty tough and resilient, that we can bounce back no matter what. But I don't think it's fear commitment, because in a solid relationship, I don't think no guy really fears, committing to a solid person. Self-protection, yes, definitely. So self-protection, I don't think it really gets that deep. It's nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to be a fool. So, if you can avoid it, avoid it. Pretty straightforward. What do men think about body image and attractiveness? Nowadays it's the BBLs and all this kind of stuff, but like, I think real men just appreciate the natural. We don't really, if it's there, then I guess, yeah, cool. But we're more focused on the person. You know what I mean? I know that sounds all, corny or whatever, but I mean, what's being around a person with, like, say, a BBL or, bodies and all that kind of stuff, but you can't stand the person that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it if you can't stand the person that you're around, the physical doesn't matter. It really doesn't. They're just a walking BBL sitting in there, taking up space. So, that's my personal, I'm pretty sure that, we're very, I guess, visual. That's how we, our attraction happens, is the visual. We're in the moment, and what I'm saying. Do men ever feel the same kind of pressure about their appearance as women do? What insecurities do they secretly have? I guess, let me see. The pressures about appearance. I don't think guys care really a lot. There's some guys that really, do a good job of matching and, taking time to get ready and all this kind of stuff. But for guys, man, we'll throw. I know for myself, I'll just throw something on, hope it matches, and go out. You know what I mean? I really don't care. Like I said, I don't really care. Like, say if I'm going to the store or something real quick, I'm just throw something on. Just make sure I have my my clothes on. But I just I don't really care. I guess when it's time to care, I guess we will care. Like, say if it's a job or something like that, or it's a something where you're trying to get a position or job or something like that. We'll adjust the part, whatever, or I'll adjust the part. But I don't go out thinking, oh, I gotta have this designer on for this part. I don't give a damn about. I ain't trying to make nobody else rich. That's that's not what I set out to do. So, How do men experience the pressure to be the provider? That is kind of one of the things that I guess comes natural, because if it starts as a kid. There was times where you didn't have money, you weren't able to do things because you didn't have money, and it was just you watched your parents or whoever your guardians were to provide for you and provide those things. But for you, it was always like, damn, I can't wait to get money so I can start doing that. And so as a boy, if that's not what you're being taught, then that's not a good thing. You're not being raised right, because that's how it should be, no matter what. Like I said, you hear about power couples and stuff like that, like Beyonce, Jay-Z never have to trip off money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a situation where they could, you know, he could take care of her for the rest of his life if he had to, because he's got the money. She could take care of him for the rest of his life if she had to, because she's got money. They could match each other on everything and keep more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in our reality of working, I work a job and school and all this kind of stuff, but it's my job to make sure that we eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we don't go without. That's the goal. Like, it's to make sure, that they keep the lights on. We got internet, we got, food in the fridge, we're hydrated, we got, we got clothes on our back, we got, enough cover to stay warm, we got heat. We got a place to stay, we got a roof. You know what I mean? That's what we focus on. It's keeping the lights on, all that stuff. That we make sure we got, that we don't need nothing. That's and I mean, pressures, it's either in you or it ain't you. You know what I mean? You either, because I don't know about pressure. The only pressure is if you're not making enough money to take care of those things. So that's when the pressure comes. But I think a man really appreciates the opportunity to provide. I don't really think it is too much of a pressure, especially it's only a pressure if you're doing it for someone that doesn't appreciate it. I feel like, you know what I mean? Because if you're doing it for the people that you love, that it's just what we're going, this is just what we're doing, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. What does it really feel like to carry the weight of financial or social expectations? And how do they cope with it? Like I said, that's easy for me because I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. Like, I care, deep, but not like, let me say it like this. I don't care about society's expectations and all that. I don't care about that. I carry enough weight on myself, just for myself, just the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very prideful person. I don't like asking people for things. Like, it's hard, like when I do these podcasts. So I need your help, guys. I do this podcast and I need you guys. I need all the support I can get. But at the same time, I will not beg for it. I want you to be here because you want to be here. I want to be here because you enjoy the conversations. If I'm wrong or right, you know what I'm saying? That at least you appreciate how I come and you're getting my 100% how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hate, the begging, I don't want to beg for subscribers. I don't want to beg for the views and stuff like that. I need the views. I appreciate the views, but I'm not a beggar, man. I don't, like, I want you guys to watch, definitely, but I want you to watch because you want to. So, but that's the thing. I don't carry the weight of social expectations, and we're gonna get through it. Like, I've been a Raider fan my whole life. I've liked the same not good football team for years, and I've never jumped ship, never will. You know what I'm saying? So if I can be loyal to this team, I could be loyal in life. Just That's the stamp of who I am. As frustrated as I get as my team and stuff, and the decisions sometimes that we make, or the outcomes of the games, or just how close we are sometimes, and it just fades away. It's who I am, who I will die as. Why do men avoid talking about their feelings even when they're struggling? For the same reason I just spoke about. I don't like asking for help. I don't like, the only time I'll ask for help is if someone else is suffering in the process. Because if it's just me, I'm cool. I'll go down with the ship. I ain't mad. But, if there's someone else affected, I'm not selfish. I'm not going to let someone else struggle. I remember, we used to have conversations where we talked about when we seen some of the homeless community with, a dog, or and we're like, damn, why would you make your dog have to be homeless too? Because you see in the movies, people are like, I'm giving you Charlie because I can't take care of him anymore, and then they would give away the dog so they could get back on their feet or do whatever they do, or if they were going to keep struggling, they would keep struggling. But I just don't understand, like, talking about, I don't know. I always feel like talking about feelings won't get it done. Because, we should probably talk about it, but I'm the type of person, I don't like to bitch. I don't like to complain. I don't like to, because after you get done complaining, you still got to do something about it. So there's no point of complaining. So I think that's why we don't talk about it, because it's going to sound like, well, how would you really feel? Like, as I guess as a woman, right? If, you ask your dude, oh, dang, how was your day? And then I start breaking down, crying, talking about, it was just so hard today. And like, how would you feel? Like, well, you'd probably go in the next room and be like, what did I marry? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we can't do that. We can't break down. We can't cry about what's going on in our world. We just got to suck it up and get through it. Pause. But what I'm saying, we just have to, we can't complain. We can't talk about it, because when we talk about it, we feel like we're complaining and like we're crying about it. And like, if you're raised like how we were raised, complaining and crying is for the weak, and it's not saying that you're weak if you complain. That's the mentality we have to feed ourselves to keep going. You know what I mean? We tell ourselves things like that. We tell, like, we used to have, when we used to do squats when I was in high school, when we played high school ball, and there was we used to call it the P pad, the, PUSSY pad, and everybody, if you play ball, you get a lot of shit if you use the P pad, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much to take the pressure off the bar to, I guess, the back of your neck, you know what I mean? So, it would be a little uncomfortable, but you would feel like the toughness, you got to salve it out, man. That was one of our biggest things. We got to salve it out sometimes, so the talking about the feelings and talking about emotions, it's tough for us because we don't want to seem weak. We don't want to seem like, we have like we struggle. Like, we don't want to, no, that's like, if a girl, she's like this with a top, like, damn, I can't, and she gives it to you, and then you struggling even more than she is. You like, like all that. Like, no, nobody wants to, you always want to be the solver, and no one wants to, we don't want to be seen struggling, because that's one of the most embarrassing things for us, is to be in a position where we can't help, or we can't do the man's part. Is it social conditioning, pride, or something else that makes men reluctant to open up emotionally? Now, social conditioning, that's a new one for me. That's a new phrasing. But like I said, I don't care about society. I don't care. No, let me take that back. I care about society. I care about the world. I just don't care about how I'm viewed by society and all that kind of stuff. Pride, yeah, I'd say it was pride, definitely. Because it just doesn't sound right complaining, because I think guys, we have a different mentality that we feel like we can do something about everything. And not saying we're the smartest people in the world, because, you know, I've done my fair share of dumb stuff. But it's, I think, opening up, because, you know, I guess the biggest fear, because, you know, guys, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But like, say if you I guess let go, or you talking to somebody, and then, you know what I'm saying, like you get real deep with them. And I mean, really, let's back up. I don't think you should have deep dark secrets that you should be sharing like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, because I mean, if you share stuff like that, it's only, you know, whatever. But I feel like even the phrasing, like opening it up emotionally, like we don't even know what that means. Because, you know, if like we don't do the emotion, because like our, if you want to see emotions, for me, catch me at the end of a Raider game. You know what I'm saying? That's about as more emotional as I will be. You know, because like it's just things just, oh, that I get so irritated when we lose, and it's usually how we lose. Like if we got any Raider fans in the building, you already know. But it's how we lose. We don't do it the regular way where it's like, oh, we played a good game, but we, you know, it just came up short, just a little short. No, we give it up in the most terrible way, you know. And just saying that, like, that's when I that's the only thing that really gets me riled and gets me out of my element nowadays. It's still the Raiders, still, you know. But as far as in life, I just, you know, I've learned. And don't get me wrong. When we've as kids, we grew up making excuses. Oh, it was this person. This the reason, you know. This the only reason I did this is because of this. Woo, woo, woo. But you know, that's what it is. Like we make excuses as kids, but as we grow into men, we understand that we have all the power to make it happen if we, you know what I mean, do what we need to do. We handle our business, we can keep everybody else out of our business, you know. So hopefully that answers that one. But yeah, the social conditioning, I mean, I know pretty much what that means. I guess being used to what society, the pressures and all that kind of stuff that they put on us. But you know, if you're a man, you're a man. You know, it doesn't, no person's view of you or opinion is going to make you a man. You know what I mean? It's what you do. You got to dig deep in yourself and establish that. You know, common sense, definitely so. Money for sure. Let me see. What do men really think about when they're thinking about nothing? Now, this seems like just such a simple answer, because, like, even though, like, when we say, you know, because, you know, girl be like, hey, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about? And then, of course, us, we're like, nothing. You know, and then, so what does that really mean? It's probably nothing that she probably wants to hear, you know? I mean, if we do mention it, it's something that maybe she'll be interested in. But I think for the most part, we think about mostly probably finances. Like common sense says money. We'll think about, damn, either I want this, or damn, this is coming up, or rent's coming up, or, you know, something. Like we always, most of the time when we're sitting there thinking about it, it's usually financial, you know. I would say, you know, for myself, it's either stressing future bills or future, you know, rent payment coming up, or, you know, just anything, you know, future wise, work wise, deadlines, you know, hitting my quotas at work, and my, you know, making sure my clients are all good. I'm a care manager at a adult day center. So, you know, just making sure they're, you know, going to their appointments, they're on their medication, they're staying alive as long as possible, you know. So that's what I think about. You know, I'm always thinking about the next day or what's coming up, you know. It's hard to say for everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but I know, just because you know, that question comes up a lot, you know, because if I'm quiet, you know, of course. But I mean, for us, for guys, sometimes like us being quiet is just us being at peace. because I mean, at the job, it's kind of stressful because you have 20 plus people's lives in your hand, and you have to make sure that you're doing everything to keep them alive, keep them here, make sure they're not in pain. Some of them don't speak, so you have to kind of talk to a lot of people involved in their life to kind of see, are they at their norm? Are they distraught and pain, emotionally sound, all this kind of stuff. So, I always think about, different things. If anything, I'm thinking about things that either I missed or I forgot to do that I make sure is the top priority for the next day. It could be a lot of stuff. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody. I'm probably thinking if my Raiders are going to do the same thing they did this year, next year, it's either Raiders, money, work, and because on our days off, we chill. You know what I mean? Like if we can, we try to relax. I mean, the hustle never stops. You know what I'm saying? There's always something, because if it's not laundry, if it's not, all the stuff in life. But I think thinking about nothing, when we say nothing, I mean, it really is nothing you should worry about. When we're vocal, that's when you should really worry about things. When we're being very vocal, I think that's when, things, because I mean, that means irritability. That means that there's no holding back. It's just, people feel better expressing themselves without caring about the other person's feelings, pretty much. So that's why I feel like us not saying anything is probably good. Thanks for checking in on us, but thanks. Is it possible for men to actually have a blank mind, or is it just a mystery to women? We don't have too many blank moments though. Only when we're like about to fall asleep. I think that's when we're just, we're not at our best. But we're tired, blank mind. I feel like I'd never have a blank mind. I always have thoughts and ideas, all just different stuff. Because the podcast, the work, there's always something to think about. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, so I guess when we say nothing, I think it means nothing that you probably want to hear about. Because that's the thing, like that we don't like to complain, we don't like to bitch about stuff, we don't like to, show that things get to us, because then, in our eyes that, oh, you're a bitch, or it's just how we view it. So we don't do it. We view it like that, so we don't do it. So it keeps us in the safe zone. You know what I mean? I don't, because when I like, I'll get to talking about something that kind of irritates me, and then it sounds too much about me. It sounds too much like me bitching about it or complaining or crying about it. Because like that comes from football. Like for me, our coaches always tell us like, stop crying like little bitches, and all this kind of stuff like that. Just, and that mentality, just, it sticks with you. You don't complain, play like a champion. Just different phrases like that, all that kind of stuff. But we have a good show coming up next week where we're going to be talking about this emotional thing, because I've got a lot of questions and a lot of topics about there was some, we touched on it a little bit too, but there's going to be a whole focus on it for the next week, and then we'll leave it alone. But it's do girls really want an emotional man? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that, do girls, because girls are saying they want more sensitivity out of males, but is that what you really want? So we will explore that next week, and hopefully by next week we have a theme song, and we have a so I should just do one, you know what I mean? Because I'll do a little music, but I'm trying to work on a little video for the intro, for the show and everything. So look for that soon. Appreciate you guys. There'll be more of us soon. I will have a very, very good lineup. I'm trying to get my boy Eddie to come on. I got my boy Steven. I'm gonna have him come come through and talk. But we got a lot of different people. A lot of people from Raider Nation we're gonna have come through too. But yeah, we're getting this thing rolling, and we're gonna have some good topics, man. Week in and week out. We got the Raider Nation podcast for all my Raider people. You know, really for everybody. You know, if you can stand to hear about the Raiders, then hey, come through. And then this one we got for the fellas. You know, we're just, you know, where we can just talk about stuff, man. Like we got some good topics. You know, thank you guys for, you know, sharing these questions. And I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them, but I did get, you know, about 10 in there. I'm sorry if I couldn't, answer some of them to the best of my knowledge and how I kind of view things. But, you know, I gave you really how I felt on this, how I feel about it. So hopefully that was, you know, good for all. If not, oh well, I'm a guy. It is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna do different stuff, different topics, stuff like that. Even though we say the show's, you know, for guys, for guys, by guys, it's, you know, I'm not a sexist. I'm not a, you know, I know the ladies are gonna want to know, and they're gonna try to, you know, creep in here and try to figure us out, but. You know, it's not rocket science, man. We're simple people, you know, but it's just there are still questions, and I'm gonna do my best to answer from my point of view, and hopefully it shines some lights. I'm always good for debate too, always up for debate because everyone's gonna have different views, different opinions. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I can only express how I go about my life. So, but yeah, I told you the things I think about. Like I said, a blank mind, probably never, you know. But if you do, it's probably because you've been either smoking or, you know what I'm saying, drinking or whatever. And yeah, that's when the blank mind comes. But I've rambled enough. So we've tackled this topic, guys. Thank you. This is some of the things that what women wonder about men. There probably might be a part 2 to this episode down the line, but we'll see. Vic will be back next episode, and we will be able to cover more topics. Like I said, we're going to get into the women's need for emotional men, and is that really a good thing? So we'll get into that. Appreciate you guys, and like I said, there'll be a video and all that kind of stuff coming soon. Merry Christmas, everybody. You know, be safe, hug your loved ones, you know, spend time with people that really care for you and, you know, really have your best interests in heart, and, you know, enjoy life, have fun, laugh. You know, hopefully we'll have some more videos either next video or the next time after that, but I'll at least give you like a top 5 of just some funny things, man, just to start the videos off, and some just funny reactions. So appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. And let's have a good new year. You know, whatever you want to accomplish this year, let's do it, man. Put your mind to it and grind to it. All right. I'm about here. Peace.